He's Tony. I'm Mike. This is week 11 of Action Ball.
Week 11 of the Action Bowl has Lucy Liu facing off against Scott Adkins. Scott Adkins drew Ninja, and Lucy Liu drew Future World.
Let's talk about the sad, pathetic Future World.
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about how we got here. So Lucy Liu getting this far is kind of a surprise because she stomped the competition in round one.
With Rise Blood Hunter.
Yes, and
watch it. It's a fantastic movie.
Yes. And then we arrive at round two, where she's got to go up against Savage Dong.
Scott Adkins.
Which I know that you weren't the world's biggest fan of, but
no, it wasn't the movie. It was your scoring. It had nothing to do with the movie. It was all your scoring.
Okay, that's completely fair and appropriate. Watch order matters, but. So then we arrive at Future World. Which apparently is a James Franco vanity project where he co-directed with some guy. Like, legitimately, Lucy Liu, of all of the contestants that we've had that like originally, like season one, there was the Cynthia Rothrock film, and you're like, well, she's not really a star. And it's like, she's the main villain. That counts. And then we had another film in season two with kind of the same thing happened. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. I'll throw it up here. But this, I think, is the most gratuitous example of somebody's name being on the poster, but they showed up and they only had 6 hours to film everything. And that was that.
Like, she has maybe 2 minutes of screen time.
Maybe. And yet, weirdly, Mia Jovovich is in this, and she's in this far more than Lucy Liu is, but apparently I think Lucy Liu is a bigger name and a bigger draw.
I guess. I don't know, but even Mia Jovovich is only in it for 15, 20 minutes?
I would say about 20. But I will say this.
A third of the movie.
It's not just how much she's in it, but it's also how much of the plot actually turns around her character as well.
Damn it, it's sad, isn't it? Isn't it so fucking sad? Why do you have to make me so fucking sad?
That's kind of a big thing in this one. Now, James Franco is as skeevy and gross as you probably imagine him to be in real life.
I've been looking for you for a long time.
So it's kind of method acting, but grosser. But
his character here kind of remind me of Alien in Spring Breakers.
Who are you?
My name's Alien. My real name's Al, but truth be told, I ain't from this planet, y'all.
Yeah, I see.
In a crazy, unhinged kind of a way, and skeevy and creepy and all that stuff.
Come back to whatever hellhole you crawled out of.
Gun? I ain't seen a gun working since the war.
Yeah, and this is set post-apocalypse. And just to go through the plot here real quick. So, there's this voiceover that talks about a red fever and the end of the world and civilization collapse, blah, blah, blah. And James Franco shows up and he finds this, I guess, research facility, whatever it is. There's this little colony and they grow beans and build robots. I don't know how the hell that works, but it does. And then James Franco and company decide to kill everybody in there. It's a promising start. It's kind of like, okay, all right, that was kind of all right.
I thought it was more like a refinery type of thing. I got Road Warrior vibes off that beginning.
Most definitely Road Warrior vibes, but There's no oil pumps, there's no oil wells, there's nothing like that going on.
They're producing something there.
Yes.
It's not agriculture,
Yeah,
though.
it's beans.
No, what, you don't need that shit to farm.
Beans.
I think you're way off, but it doesn't matter.
No. Anyway, but apparently there's a ton of robot parts. I'm assuming that they're doing something that involves AI or robotics, something along those lines. You're not far off on that, because when they go inside, there's a whole laboratory and there's robot parts everywhere and computer equipment and blah blah blah. And they find, I guess, the shipping case.
This is the one we want. Where is she?
And it's empty, and he's like, she's not in the box anymore, I can get her for a deal. So he goes out into the warehouse and he grabs her, and she's apparently a former model turned singer turned actress, and he activates her, and she is now at his women command.
Wake up. I've been looking for you for a long time.
As a hot AI that will never age or deteriorate. More on that later. And then we're introduced to Lucy Liu, who's the queen, who is sick. Oh, she's so sick she can't get out of that bed.
You're too young to die, Mom.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could decide that for ourselves?
I just don't think they paid her enough to stand for this movie.
She does stay in the movie at the end.
But her son Prince, not that Prince, not that cool, decides he's gonna ride off to Paradise City or whatever it is, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
You know there's medicine. Paradise Beach.
And gonna get the cure for the red fever, and so he enlists the help of Rico and some other dude who we're not aware of.
Look, you're not gonna stop me, all right?
That was never the plan. You need help out there.
Let's go.
And they ride off to the Love Lord.
Why are we getting this ingrained in this? You're getting a blow-by-blow for nothing.
No, it's not a blow-by-blow.
It is a blow-by-blow.
We're gonna get real short here. They go to the Love Lord, and then Warlord, who is James Franco's
Franco.
character, he steals the android and takes the controller, and he's gonna kill Prince.
Oh, Bob. Let him down.
But then he finds out about the oasis where they live, and they're gonna go and maraud it, but the AI is like, oh no, I've got a conscience now. And
At that moment, I became aware of exactly how different I was. But first, I had to set things right.
and saves Prince, and then they run off to Paradise City, which actually turns out to just be a drug den, but they do actually have medicine there.
This is it. All right, this is where you're gonna get your medicine, Prince.
In here?
And after swimming pool, machete, fat man combat,
You earned that, boy.
Prince manages to get away with it, and then he goes home and he cures the queen. Wow, the end. Woo! Fuck this movie!
Yes. This movie is the bastard child of The Road Warrior and Cyborg.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, because Cyborg had the robot, it has Jean-Claude Van Damme, prowling the wasteland, unnecessarily stupid bad guy.
Yes.
And Snoop Dogg being the Love Lord, and basically he's got a barn in the middle of the desert with a bunch of strippers in it.
You boys sure do know how to make an introduction. And I like that shit, man. But you can put the gun down. This is a place of peace.
I buy that. What I don't buy is the fact these motherfuckers are riding motorcycles through the desert. There's no place to get fucking fuel.
Yes.
Anywhere, unless at the very beginning they were doing some type of, processing or refinement or something like that. I don't know, probably not. But either way, it's like this. Nothing in this movie makes sense.
No.
It's completely incoherent.
It's not incoherent. The problem is that you can make sense of it. It's just that it's stupid.
Well, look, it's a little, it's not much to look at, okay? But we have everything you need.
Yes. Yeah. But the shooting style doesn't fit.
No.
The themes and everything they're trying to do, because it's like super bright and super slick and all this stuff. It's like, where's the grit?
Yeah.
In this movie that's supposed to be here.
The cinematography is so good, it deserves to be in a better movie.
Yes. Yes.
And the thing is that this movie is fucking awful. But it's strangely hypnotic. It's weirdly watchable. And I cannot explain it any better than that. I don't know how or why. But because it is so beautifully shot, and because, again, terrible movie, James Franco really gives it all for his performance. And then Mia Jovovich cranks it up to like 50 in this.
It's gonna be fun, kind of like a fight to the death. Right? You win, you get the cure. You lose, you die.
She chews the fucking scenery hard.
Unlike, and I'm a Mia Jovovich fan, and I've never seen her do a character quite like this before. And man, she dialed it up so hard, she's gonna break the meter. And I'm gonna say that as stupid and bad as this movie is, the final fight scene with her and James Franco is so good, and the way that she goes out is so fucking hard, man.
It's one of the few highlights in this movie, and it probably is, other than the cinematography, the highlight of this movie.
Yes.
It's not saying a whole lot, though, man. I mean,
No.
the bar's fucking low on this thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really low.
Script is middle school level. I mean, like, literally, it is absolutely. There is no character arcs. There is no character development. It is literally a quest story for Prince to go and get drugs and then run back home, and then Lucy Liu is saved.
I have the medicine.
But this is stupid. It's just it's absolutely like just as dumb as we're trying to express to you it is. Watch it for yourselves if you have to.
Don't.
But just know that we warned you.
Yes.
It really is.
Kill them. Kill them now.
No.
And I found out the history of this film. I had to do a little bit of digging because I'm thinking, how did this piece of shit get made? And it turns out that the director and a friend of his wrote a script, and apparently James Franco had just watched the Fury Road and was all like, I'm gonna do one of those. And then he agreed to do this to co-direct it. But then they tried to get theatrical distribution and they showed it at Sundance and everybody was like, we're good.
Yeah.
and so this was a straight to DVD release. So thank you, Redbox and Lionsgate Home Select.
So here's the funny thing: is like that android character, who's supposed to be like one of the main characters, doesn't need to be in this movie at all. Why, or why even be an android? It makes
it was an excuse to give her one blue contact and one green contact because it's cool.
Right.
So,
I mean, she just could have been just a slave girl, and it would have been better.
she could have just been
don't know.
his friend that went with, and
Yeah.
she's in mortal danger because James Franco is obsessed. Because here's this beautiful blonde that grew up in the Oasis, and hey, he's been riding hard and been putting things away wet, so he's really got a hankering for something hot and human that is not rented by the Love Lord, Snoop Dogg. So there's plenty of ways, there's plenty of things you could have done with this idea. There's plenty of things you could have done with this script. The only saving grace of this film is the cinematography and the acting, everything else. The main character, Prince, I know that he's an actor and I know he's done a bunch of other movies and stuff, but he is the weakest link. And then the girl, the android, she's a singer and I don't remember her name. I'll throw it right here if I feel like it when I'm editing this. But man, that is one of the saddest main character performances I have seen in a long time.
Damn it, it's sad, isn't it? Isn't it so fucking sad? Why do you have to make me so fucking sad?
It's so bad you'd swear that this was a vanity project.
And the problem is their Prince and What's Her Fit the Android, their performances are so weak that once you get to Franco and Jovovich's over fucking acting.
Yes.
It's like, wow, this is, it's like one of the most uneven films ever put to film.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like everything. Yeah. Cinematography, beautiful. Everything else is shit. Franco's and Jovovich's acting is like up here. Everything else is down here and is shit.
Yes.
It's just like, it's so fucking uneven.
And no ruined cities, no nothing. Like
No.
literally every shot in this is like a desert landscape. Like apparently there were some really strong winds and a bulldozer that took out everything along the way, except for Paradise City, which is really just a house with a pool. But
yeah, a condo building or some shit like that. Fuck, I don't know. You ready to beat this thing up on the scores?
I'm ready to get to the numbers on this one. Let's go hard.
All right. Plots of 3 for every reason why we said. I mean, this is the most stupidly written thing ever. and while it like I said, you can follow it and kind of makes sense, but it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Style is a 4. While it's beautifully shot, everything else in here is awful. The editing is awful. The sets are awful.
It looks like they filmed it in like abandoned buildings. There's no sets here.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing created here or creative in this thing. So it's a 4. Entertainment, and only because this was watchable and I made it through unscathed, it's a 4.
I'm gonna say this.
So it's a score of 11.
I kind of personally hate this movie for one thing, and there's a sin in here that we didn't address.
Okay.
Method Man is one of James Franco's henchmen. How dare you fuck with Wu-Tang? For the children.
I mean, nothing to fuck with, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now let's talk the real scores here. For the plot, it's a 2. This movie is barely written. If there's a script, it's like on like one sheet of notebook paper. That's about it. Not quite a napkin, but not much better. For the style, it's a 4. It is a good-looking film. It's so good-looking, it almost is enough to convince you that there's a real movie in here somewhere. But for the entertainment, it's a 2 all day long. Man, if it had not been for drawing it out of this bowl, I would have never have watched this film. And I love post-apocalyptic films, and I love trash post-apocalyptic films. This is both of those things, and it failed on every level.
Yes.
Watch The New Barbarians and said, my score is an 8. So that is it for Future World. Coming up next, Scott Adkins and Ninja. Stay tuned.
Fuck! Help! Somebody fucking help! Fuck!
The ever-entertaining Scott Adkins joins us on week 11, and this time he's not showing up with his savage dong. He is showing up as a ninja, the white savior of Japan.
Casey! Hey! Casey,
You want to go through the plot on this one? Because apparently I got too granular on the last.
You did big time. This was mega easy. Scott Adkins is
Casey.
Casey. They're in the ninja school. They're doing ninja school shit. One of the students doesn't like Casey at all.
They're rivals because they're both top pupils in the class.
Yeah. So, anyways, they have a sparring thing. Well, the other student, what's his name?
Other guy.
Other guy. Other guy takes it to the limit, and it becomes a life or death battle. They break it up. The sensei kicks other guy out of the school. And he wants revenge.
Yes. Well, because now Scott Adkins is in line to become the inheritor of the school and keep teaching the Ninja Gaiden, video game ways. And there's a golden box with a bunch of accessories in it, which if you collect action figures, you know that the accessories are always where the money is at.
Oh, yeah. It's some sweet ninja cosplay stuff that's in there.
And then they decide that they're going to hide it because Bad Student Ninja has showed up and he's like, hey, no, I'm taking over this place. I was expelled, but I've gone out in the world and I have drawn blood. Therefore, I am obviously the successor. And they're all like, oh, no, we can't have that. So they grab the golden box with ninja goodies in it and they go to New York.
Considering the safety we need, I thought it wise to store it in the university's vault. This way.
And they put it in a vault, and then ninja shit ensues.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. While there is next to zero real story or plot to this thing, the action is all over this thing, and there's some good quality Sho Kosugi worthy action in this movie. And in that regard, this thing fucking delivers.
I'm just going to go on the record and say that this movie is everything that you want in a ninja film, except for Sho Kosugi. That's
yeah, pretty much.
It's a straightforward plot. The leader of the school gets his head lopped off while his daughter's trying to call on the phone. Who's also a ninja in training, and apparently somehow, even though she's been practicing ninja stuff since she was a child, she sucks at it.
You know why I'm here. Where's the box?
Yeah, she barely defends herself through this movie. She's the damsel in distress
Absolutely.
through 90% of it. Which I didn't understand that one either. It's like, because they show her doing well in sparring.
She beats a dude's ass with a crutch on the train, but then later on, she's all like, oh! It's like...
Get out of here!
Come on, really? And then let's not forget, like, apparently if the expelled ninja, which I can't remember his name and I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But apparently, if he really wants to do you in, he's going to pull out his little blow dart and shoot you in the neck with a golf tee. That's apparently poisoned, and he's got some like
got an antidote.
I think it's Tang.
No, it looks more like bourbon.
You sure?
Yeah, it's very or tea, sweet tea.
I'll go with sweet tea on that
know.
one, but apparently sweet tea will cure you of what ninja ailment you might have. And he loves to tease people, would be all like, I got your antidote. And then he'll drop it on the ground or put it back in his ninja suit. He's looking very Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
He's got the whole like mask, it folds in together with the green light up eyes, and he likes to
Snake
cheat.
Eyes. Storm Shadow's,
Snake Eyes, I'm sorry, you're right.
Storm Shadow's the one in the white.
Yeah, but he likes to cheat. He likes to like turn out all the lights and then use his infrared night vision and do ninja shit. And
yeah, he's kind of a lazy high-tech ninja.
he really is. He's phoning it in. He's not sticking to the, old ways as they were taught, which is why Scott Adkins, while a white guy, who was left in Japan by his alcoholic father and his suicidal mother. Actually, she's not suicidal. She abandoned him. She went on a drinking binge.
Yes.
And then she went back to America, and then he goes to try to find her later in the film, and turns out that his mom had a stroke because they didn't want to have to pay for an actress to show up for one day.
She had a stroke. She passed away a few months ago. I'm sorry.
And then the dad died in a drunk driving car accident.
Well, they didn't say who was driving now, did they?
But But either way, yeah, he's an orphan, of course, because that's how every white person ends up in the care of an Asian school. They're a fucking orphan.
It also happened with Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, where apparently if you get caught stealing from a ninja or a samurai or whatnot, they'll just take you in. It's all good. The Japanese are very forgiving people, according to the movies that we've watched.
hang on, no. In Bloodsport,
they were going to steal the sword.
Yeah, but he convinces the parents to let him come train with the son.
Well, that's because
he doesn't abduct him. Yeah, well, he's not a fucking orphan.
The sparring partner. He is showing up to get his ass whooped.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, he masters the being tied up across trees and you know, being beaten with a stick. And I guess really it doesn't matter what race you are, you can take an ass whooping, you can take an ass whooping. And Scott Adkins. I will say this, Scott Adkins straight up superhero physique. The man is fucking jacked. And from a martial arts perspective, the fights look brutal.
Oh,
they're interesting, they're well choreographed, they're fun.
Yeah. All the action scenes are incredibly well done, well shot, well choreographed. I have zero complaints with the action in this movie.
And let's not forget that there's also, we forgot one of the big subplots in the film is there's the Temple Group, who apparently is an oil company who shot their rivals, had them assassinated by expelled ninja, and then their market share has grown 20%, but it's not enough that they're an evil corporation. There's also like some weird satanic cult shit going on in the basement.
Tonight, we come together for another initiation ceremony.
And I loved everything about that because apparently, you know, they just have a bunch of shaved-headed guys in jackets that have red triangles just show up and shoot people. And they always travel in a bundle of 6, too. I noticed that.
And they get branded, too.
Right about here.
Chest,
But they are allowed to work as a barista.
So I don't know. I mean, this story's stupid. I mean, is it a good movie? Absolutely not. Is it fun to watch? Yes, all day long. It's silly, mindless popcorn action.
This is the perfect film to get a bunch of your buddies together, get some beer, sit and watch it, and make fun of it savagely because it is entertaining enough that the time will fly by, but it's dumb enough for you to be all like, that was dumb as hell.
Shall we?
Are we ready to talk numbers?
Yes. I'm being generous with this plot. It's a 4. I mean, you can follow along. I mean, it's dumb as shit, but you can follow it. It's a 4. The style's a 5. While the action is great, everything else around it is very mediocre. There's nothing here that's really breaking the mold or doing anything any really different.
No.
Now, however, entertainment is a 7. I was solidly entertained by this movie. I don't give away high scores in entertainment too often, so 7 is a good score. So this is a 16 for me. So for a shit film, that's a pretty good score.
I'm gonna say this. Now, this is a bit of a confession. So I'm looking for Ninja on, you know, all the streaming services that I have, which I have a lot of streaming services. You know this.
Yeah.
And I could not find it anywhere. But then I looked in my Blu-ray collection, and lo and behold, I own this fucking thing already. I didn't even know that I owned it. So I pop it in the Blu-ray player, and I'm watching it. And as I'm watching it, I'm going, why did I buy this? So, but let's get down to it, shall we? You dare besmirch my good name after my scoring of Savage Dong? Well, yes. For the plot, it's a 3. It's a 3 because it is every trope in a ninja movie ever, but with a white dude. For the style, it's a 4. It's competent. It's well assembled. The fight scenes look good. I'm just gonna say I think Savage Dog did it better though. And for the entertainment, it's a 4. This is a lesser.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is a 4.
I was surprised you weren't entertained by just the.
This is a lesser entry in the Adkins verse. I'm just gonna say that as someone that's like, it was okay. I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. When I watched Savage Dog, I was like cheering them on, like whip their ass and beat them with that beer bottle and shoot that son of a bitch. And with this one, I was just like, I guess he's got the Ninja Gaiden costume now. Oh, and look, the secret to life. It's in the hilt. So my score for this is an 11. So
wow.
So coming up next, this week's results. Stay tuned. So week 11 of the Action Bowl, Scott Adkins versus Lucy Liu, Future World versus Ninjas, and you know what? Ninjas has got it going on. But Lucy Liu, Future World, you scored it a 11. I scored it an 8, which gives us an average score of 9.5. And Scott Adkins, Ninja, you scored it a 16. I scored it an 11, which gives us an average score of 13.5. So, Lucy, I love you. I was rooting for you. I was really kind of hoping you would be the dark horse that would take this whole thing. But man, next time James Franco calls, hang the fuck up. So coming up next are drawings for week 12. Stay tuned. So week 12 of the Action Bowl, we have Jean Reno going up against Errol Flynn. Mike, who you want to draw for?
This guy. Jean Reno.
All right. So Jean Reno has he had a surprising beatdown in the first round. I'm kind of excited because there's a lot of movies in here that I've never seen before. So
yeah, me either. As long as it's not Godzilla, I'll be happy. Leon. Now, is this Leon Professional?
Yes.
So this is Leon the Professional.
Yes.
With, what's her
Natalie
name?
Portman.
Natalie Portman.
Yes, and Gary Oldman.
Yes.
So yeah, this is stiff competition by any metric, and Danny Aiello.
Yes.
I hope Errol's got some big guns in the jar there.
He better have something loaded up in them cannons, man, because, yeah.
They just need to move around, man. You know, it's that long fingers, and I think, I want that one in the back of the jar. And I can never quite get there. All right, so Errol Flynn is going to be represented by the Dark Avenger. No idea.
I've never heard the movie before,
Could be a masterpiece. It could be studio product. I don't know where this is going, but we're watching it. So
there's that. I mean, if I had to predict a favorite out of the gate, it would definitely be The Professional.
I was going to say, I think Jean Reno might have been considered by many to be a dark horse at the beginning of this, and now it looks like he's just dominating his way up the ladder. So,
I mean, but we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. So that's our drawing for week 12. Coming up next, stuff, stay tuned.
So that's week 11. Join us for week 12, where we have Jean Reno and Leon the Professional against Errol Flynn in either the Dark Avengers or the Warriors. Your fucking choice.
We will see you then.